Good merry evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, hasn't it? But anyway, due to popular demand, I did promise that I would teach you how to build the Prototype 03. Except that such a long time has passed, and Channel 4 has been introduced, and that the old ship actually had a ton of problems. But rest assured, I've fixed most of them, and this will be the new improved version of the Prototype 03. But anyway, if you will excuse me, before we begin, I'd love to show you a glimpse of what's to come. I can most certainly do like donuts on thrust, full thrust. This thing is super fun to drive. If I use the thrusters, I can turn on a dime like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the boost thrusters are just used for acceleration. Oh, we can't fit. Oops. That chopped my head off. Well, how are we gonna do it? This is a bit awkward. Oh, missed the mark by a little bit, but I suppose that still counts, right? Downward force. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, revisited episode 1. Let's go. On a complexity scale of 1 to 42, I rate this 33. Ooh, that was rough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since we've broken it, it's time to see roughly what amount of wood you need. Oh, that thing is blast proof? Alright, this is roughly the amount of stuff that you need to build. So it's sorted. Roughly 240 wood. Huh. Lower than I expected. 12. 12x piece. 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. Okay, 5 wide. 12x, 5 wide. And then in front of it, 3 long. It's almost like my car builds in a way. 3 long. And then 8x, just snap one there, snap one on. See, I had a feeling we had to move that one. But anyway, try not to fall down right now. Snap an 8, and then one more behind it, okay? Where you put this is going to determine where the direction we're going to build. But essentially, just follow me, you should be fine. And then 6x. 6x, snap it, and then make it kiss the center. And then now stairs, but I recommend vehicle stairs because they have they're pretty tough. They're made from metal plate. They're just bordering it by just one stud. Okay, see, that's clear of it. That's clear of it. That's clear of it, and that's bordering by one stud. Now that's going to be the back of our thing. Now go to your recently used pieces. Pull out the 8x again. Just border it there by 1 and 2. 8x again, border it there by 1 and 2. And then 6x. And then 6x, nudge it in towards the inside by 1. We 16x. Make it flush to that 6x that we just placed down, and then keep going until you meet the other side. And then and now we go forward. And for this one, we go a little wider, and we switch back to 12x. 12x. All right, I think we're good. 8x is for the balloon mounts, so 8x, and then stack one on top of that one, just for safety. Just for safety. stack one on top of that one, and then I think we continue going with 16x. 16x by 3, and then 12x beside it. Okay. And then for the rear one, now we're gonna have to pull out a new piece. 16x, just the absolute widest square floor. Okay, snap it to the very middle. Absolute widest square floor. All right, this part's gonna be a little tricky. Mounting the open cabin rear. To mount it, they're like directly on the same height as the floor. You have to look at the side of the floor. See, what I mean is that this is the surface, right? And then this strip, this is the side. We have to look at that strip. And then after you look at that strip, rotate it appropriately and then nudge it. Just about there, okay? Just as it clears that 6x piece. And then we'll get a perfect cabin like that. Same thing on the other side. We have to somewhat look at the side of it. And then we get something over there nicely. And then before we tuck that piece away, put it to sleep, we mount one more over there and another one over there. Right. And now I believe 16x again. Just when the line of that 16x meets the line of the 12x that we placed earlier. And then put it right there for a bowsprit. Now for the rear, let's just place the beams down first. This part is where it can be anything, but essentially an 8 long piece, okay? Just use one of the beams because it saves, we want like pieces which have a lot of, as much, you know, girth as possible, but at the same time weigh the least, okay? Okay, essentially we want to leave a 2 stud gap over there, okay? So leave a 2 stud gap over there. Just whip out your longest beam. For this one, I'm going completely free, so I'm using the rustic beams. But I think you do need a level 10 Frostlands village to get these beams. So if you don't have if you don't have a Frostlands village at the moment, or maybe, I mean, these beams also look very good on a ship. If you don't have Frostlands, you can use that. Just I'll teach you how to balance the weight later, so essentially it will roughly fly the same. Anyway, we're gonna need another one just right on top of it, just right as it clears. Right when it clears, we come in by, like after it clears, we're gonna come in by 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 3. Yeah, we want it as far back as possible, but at the same time not too far back. It's okay, we can correct it later. I think these rails look pretty good, but you can mount any rail you want. Essentially just has to be 12x long, because we're gonna match it to our 12x piece right there. Oh, I forgot, it's nighttime again. Excuse me. That can get extremely annoying. And 12x long railing right over there. What that does is it helps us align our stairs. So we line our stairs flush to that thing, and then we nudge it to the very center, okay? As long as it's the very center. And now we should just about have our head clear through that little gap right there. And now the next floor. In the recents, we should still have the 16x, so we go 16x, bordering that stair by just 1, okay? And if you did it correctly, we should arrive somewhere here with, we should still have that 16x, right? But we gotta nudge this one to the middle. If you did it right, we should have something like this. Oh, right, if you want more space to walk in front, add 8x or 6x to that, to the front. Oh, it's lagging so hard. Yeah, add an 8x or 6x over there, and we'll have a little more space in front. Maybe you can play chess. Same thing with the bottom. We're gonna have to use these things. Remember, look at the side, okay? And you'll absolutely be able to do that, no problem. No, it's a bit tricky for this side. Now, did we get it? No, we got it. Because of the camera. Camera is, character is on the left, and the character is sort of blocking us. Alright, now for the captain's quarters. Snap it there and move it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, 5. Now, next, we want a 10 stud long. So we're gonna have to do a 6 plus 4. 6x, another one. And then now we whip out the 4x floor, square floor, because not a lot of options available. Alright, good. Because we need a 10 stud space. And now snap that vehicle stair to there and then move it to the left by 1, 2, 3. And now we have the captain's quarters. And now we begin mounting these metal plate things. So this is new and improved, therefore these things don't break as easy as the vehicle windscreen because they're made from metal plate. Metal plate parts are just extremely tough. We put it right there on the edge, see that? There we go. We'll whip out an 8x floor. Mount it right on the edge over there. Just go, you see, just turn it red and then go in by 1 and 2. And we should cover just about there. I can't see. And now 8x strips. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 over here. And 6x strips. 1 over there and 1 over there. And now we have a perfect captain cabin. And medium fender. Just to make it look good, we're gonna place one there and then another one. Trust me, I wish this was easier too. Anyway, I hope we still have the open. You still have the open cabin rear because we forgot to place 2 on top. Like just snap them to the middle snap point, and then we should be good. All right. Same mounting spot for the rear one, so it looks uniform. Yeah. And then to mount the whatever is going. Oh, come on. All right. This is why you should always have a flintlock ready if you're an expert survival. It's always nice. Anyway. To mount what's on top of here, just do an 8x strip. 8x strip right there. Snap 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can make another floor if you want, but personally I think it doesn't look as nice if you make another floor. So yeah, you know, you can go full cruiser and just mount like 1 storage chest and then use every room as a leisure room with the shower and bathtub and whatnot. Because this room is perfect for living quarters. And then because you can't really put chairs on the other parts. We used to be able to, but after some update, one of the updates, you keep getting stuck. Like there's not enough headroom to get off your chair. Before we mount the beam in front, okay, this is actually necessary, okay, because the statue gives us a very good counterweight in front. Just mount a statue of your choice. It has to be either medium or large. It can't be small because it's not enough weight. I mean, small is good. You can just mount two or three of them. I mean, that guy seems pretty heavy. He's made of iron. But you know, if you're an expert, a good idea is to show off one of these, one of your expert trophies. See what's a good color. Okay, Dry Valley looks pretty good with the general overall overall color of the ship. Just mount one like right on the edge of that elevated platform, right? And then we remember the beams we added. Rustic beam 04. One over there, and then another beside it. We can make it longer, but later, okay? I will show you why. Now that we have the stairs back anyway, we want the beams again. 6x long beam. Look at the side of those floors. And then mount a 6x beam right on the edge. That's going to be where we mount these, the metal plate parts, essentially. I mean, you can add more to close that up, but it's not necessary. Wait. This floor first. Okay, the reason I'm using a different color for these is because it's an easier separator of the space. Otherwise, all the floors look the same. You don't know where is where, and it's going to be hard to drat. Sometimes you don't know where is where, and it's going to be hard to balance the weight. Because when the division is clear like this, if that incomplete look bothers you, you can close that off with a 12x beam. Just like that. Alright. Alright, put a thruster smack dab in the middle. And then we should still have this medium fender in the recently used pieces. Flip them. Look at, you see, when I go up and down the thruster, the piece moves with me. So I want it to be at the very base of the thruster. And don't worry if it's red. You see, if we go beyond the thruster, see, it flips back up. Okay, now it's flipped up. And now it's not. Okay, keep your crosshairs at the base of the thruster, and then use your nudge controls to nudge this over. You see, where we put this is that now we don't see the studs on the brown studs, right? Now we don't see the brown studs, and now we do. And then click mount, and then simply nudge it over by 1 and 2, and we're done. And we're lagging. Same on the back. Smack dab in the middle. Look at the base. Rotate it appropriately. Now we don't see the brown studs. Now we do. And we're done. Now let's mount the lighting first, because we might cover them up later. Staying true to the free builds. I think these lights look extremely good on the ship. I mean, these are not strictly necessary. It just helps us see. Alright, we're gonna have thrusters in the middle, so try to avoid mounting these things close to the middle. Now over here is fine. Alright, 3 studs, and then there we go. And, the rear end there looks a little empty, so we're gonna decorate it with a table lamp. Why not? Yeah, for a moment I thought I was out of resources. Like my brain's like, I'm in the This step is important because this really protects the underbody from getting scratched. Mount a thruster smack dab in the middle once again. Go to vehicle parts. Just left or right fender. It can be any because we only need one. So, I mean, you can make it stand on 4 legs, but I don't recommend it because if you make it stand on skates, if you make it stand on 2 legs, you can see whether your weight is tilted towards the left or the right, and you know you can balance it out. So what I recommend is just one of these things in the middle, just like that. Okay. Like any side that looks good to you. The side, left or right fender, does not really matter. Just any side that looks good to you. Once again, for those of you who are new to directional building, aim your crosshairs at like the base of the thruster to get the orientation of that thruster. And then use the nudge controls to get your stuff to mount in the place that you want it to be. Alright, this is the rear balloon platforms. 8x, 8x, snap it there and then move it towards the outside. Put another one on top of it. Alright, 8x. You snap it to anything and then just nudge it towards the outside and then place another one on top of it just to reinforce it, really. So we tend to scrape the bottom a lot. Let's mount the thrusters for finally at the thruster phase, I believe. Alright, before we do, check if we're able to mount a big balloon down there. So remember remember this beam down here that we mounted? Yeah, if it's not long enough, we gotta extend it a little more, but as you can see, we seem to have done it correctly. Say it's not long enough. All you have to do really is just use a 12x or 6x and then go by one more, okay? As long as you can still walk past that, okay? Just make sure it's at a spot where you can still walk around it. And now, of course, we need a driver's seat. So put it somewhere in the middle. So, you know, when you do the reset seat glitch, you don't fall off the airship. Alright, finally, thrusters. Careful with this one, okay? We're gonna replace that car jack, but here's the important part. This is why we started with the small car jack, so that when we replace the car jack, we can use a large one, and it will 100% be stuck into the ground, no matter the elevation. So we mount a large car jack behind it, okay? Behind it, and then remove the original one. Now, like somewhere in the middle, but biased. Oh wait, that's not centered. Okay, just make sure they're centered. They don't have to be precisely anywhere. Just a little bit biased towards the front, okay? And then same on the top, over there. A little, I mean, this is way biased towards the front, but just 2 thrusters over there. 2 thrusters over there. Set them to channel 4. I use channel 4 to go up. I'm pretty sure most people do. Channel 4 goes up. Channel 4 goes up. Now to go forward, we're going to be using 6 large thrusters. That's what gives us the speed despite the size. Just remember, snap and go down by 1. Did you see that? Let me show you again. Snap and then go down by 1. And then for this one, just mount it in the middle. Just make sure it's in the middle of that beam, okay? And for this one, snap it to the middle of the stairs and then go to the left by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then mount one up there. Okay, now we have 6. And then let's set the channels. Channel 1 goes forward. All of them are channel 1. Alright, for this one, we have to go up the stairs to set them. And next we might need the scaffolding again. Actually, no, we don't. Okay, these are the turn thrusters. Small thrusters. 3 of them on your higher beam. Just anywhere on your higher beam. 3 of them. They don't even have to be symmetrical, but it would be nice, you know, so that it feels good when you fly. Oh, come on. Preferably symmetrical, so it feels good when you fly, meaning that it performs the same when turning left or right. Oh, wait. Again. For the ones on the right or the starboard, set them to the channel which you use to turn right, okay? These on the starboard turn right. These on the port, which is the left side, are channel 3 by default. Remember, all thrusters are channel 3 by default. And now for the front turn thrusters. Mount them as high as possible and as close to the center as possible, but on the front beam. Remember, they have to be on the front beam. For the ones on the left or the port, we set them to the right turn channel. For me, it's channel 2, but you set them to the right turn channel. For the ones on the starboard or the right, they're channel 3, which I use to turn left by default. Okay, I forgot this earlier, but this is important, okay? These thrusters are important for optimal handling. One over there. Oh, drat. Another one right there. Smack dab in the middle. Oh, you are kidding me. Another one down below. Just try to align it to the, you know, same y-axis to that top one, okay? As long as it's on the same y-axis, other things don't matter. Alright, for the channels, one on the left will tilt us right, so channel 2 for this one. That one will tilt us left, so channel 3. The one on the top right will tilt us right, channel 2. And the one on the bottom right will tilt us left, channel 3. Alright, now we're good to go. Wait, balloons. Alright, we're going to be needing a little more weight right now, or the balloons will just chuck us into the stratosphere. But anyways, let's mount the big balloons here. You see the platforms that we got here? Just mount the big balloons to the very back of it, okay? And we should be good. Should be good, but let's add some weight. The necessary weight that you have to add to the airship, I'm going to show you. Just add a bed or something. Maybe we don't need that right now, but okay, 2 configurations for this deck. I don't have to be precise; it doesn't matter. Let's say 4. Okay, that's 1 configuration, and I'll show you. I think we can fly it now. Let's try to fly it. See, it would have taken damage if we didn't have those skates on. And what did I tell you? If the weight of your ship is perfectly balanced left and right, these skates will stand. Like, the ship will stand upright and it won't list to one side. And now we should be able to fly it. Yeah, no problem. It flies beautifully already. Alright. Are channel 4 thrusters working? Yeah, they are working. That's a lot of... Whoa! No. Are we gonna flip? Oh, that was close. And well, here's another configuration. All the necessities. All the bare necessities. To have roughly the same weight. Alright, that's about it. I think we have the weight come down. But it's still a little cramped here. Now, remember I said I'd teach you to balance out the weight? Well, here it is. You see, you can see, we're a little too heavy at the back. There are a lot of ways to solve this. I mean, it's super easy because we have the balloon mounting platform. So what we do now is we add small balloons. Like if you're super heavy towards the back, then add them way far back there. But if we're not that heavy at the back, we can just put them like bias towards the front. And there, she's back up. Look. We're still, yeah, the observation deck is still underwater. Ooh. Oh, now we have a little too much lift at the back. Yeah. Let's solve that by adding a little more lift in front. Okay, we add a little more lift in front. There we go. Okay, but now we have a little too much lift. What do? We have to add counterweight in front. So one way is maybe add a treasure chest or a jukebox. Let's add a jukebox. It's fun. And of course you can also widen your deck a little bit. Maybe 8x. Not a little bit, not too much. And one more. 8x. Oh, I think the front, yeah, the nose is coming a little too. Alright, it's too far down. That's just about good. Just about good. But yeah, essentially that's how you balance the weight. Having the ship tilt towards the front is a good sign. It means good handling. This is not coming out of my butt, okay? It's through the thorough testing in my expert world. If we're a little too light still. Alright, now we got a pretty wide deck down here. Apparently the chairs don't work anymore. We used to be able to sit on chairs, like on this height, on this roof height. But as you can see, when I get off, I get stuck. Wait, what? So it works sometimes and it doesn't work. Get the chairs there. Yeah, it's perfectly balanced. If your rear is really heavy, okay? There's one thing you can do to really counter the weight of the rear is to get the longest rustic beam and then place it in front. Okay, the further you go, the further the leverage it will have. See, if I place it there, you see that? The ship's already listing forward because there's so much, it's like a big lever over here. You know, I do actually recommend you to build this particular airship first before I teach you to build the Goose, because the Goose 2 is actually a little bit hard to fly, despite it, you know, it's super agile as you saw, but it's a little hard to fly. So before you fly the Goose 2, I recommend you maybe try to fly this one first, because this one is a little less responsive, right? So, you know, due to the size, so it's going to be easier to fly. If you follow my channels, 1 goes forward, 2 goes right, 3 goes left, and 4 goes up. So if we hit just 4, right, it just the nose goes up like that. Now, there's a lot of things we can do with the lifting nose. Like if you just leave it like that, right, you see we have almost a reverse. I turn it off. Why is it still on? Just I can't with this game, honestly. And what we do with channel 4 is that if we apply channel, you saw that? I applied channel 1. Essentially, wherever your nose is pointing and you apply channel 1, it will go, okay? For example, I use channel 2 to turn left. And then I apply channel 1, it will go there. And now we're just like a motorboat in water. Now you ask, how do we actually fly this thing, right? All I've demonstrated is like noodling around on the ground. How do we actually fly this thing? Remember how I said wherever you point the nose is where channel 1 will go, right? So just point the nose. Let's say we point the nose up. Just get your nose to point where. Let's say you want that, okay? And turn off channel 4. Now we go channel 1. Now you see now it's just shooting us towards that direction. But gravity is taking us back down. So if you want to go back up again, now it's channel 4. Remember, there's like a shut-off duration, so you have to remember to turn channel 1 back on. Because from time to time, it just shuts itself off. See that? That's how you ascend. Another use for channel 4 is to support the turn thrusters. Oh, drat. Well, yeah, one of my channels did not shut off properly. It happens all the time. We almost got a free durability test for you, ladies and gentlemen, right there. I'll try to go back to base. Now you see that? If you use any of the turn channels, channel 2 or 3, let's say we do 3 and 4, 2 and 4 at the same time, you see we get a very hard turn. 3 and 4, hard left. I think we're a little short on upward power. Right to the inside. And then over there and set them all to channel 1. Perfect. Alright, look at that ascent speed now. Alright, remember, if you want a hard right, 2 and 4 at the same time. If you want a hard left, 1 and 3 and 4 at the same time. See, absolutely no damage with the skates. The skates also give us a nice slide down there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight comes to a close, as all good things do. I do hope you enjoy flying your prototype 03 as I have done for quite a while. Have a splendid evening. And I'll be seeing you